Hello everyone, my name is Raymond and I am your mental health coach. Today, when I hop straight into the video, I want to talk about introvert and more specifically, the hidden talents of introverts. Now, a lot of people that I talk to have this idea that introverts are not as good as extroverts, and I'm an introvert myself, so I know extroverts get more popularity, they're talking to more people, they're conversating with more people, so introverts just kind of fall behind. So today I wanted to talk about the hidden talents of being an introvert and the things that introverts tend to not see in themselves. Today I wanted to discuss that first so then we can figure out how to identify the hidden talents of an introvert. An introvert by definition is someone who tends to turn inward. So with that means that is someone who focuses on their inner thoughts, feelings, and mood rather than focusing on external stimulation when it comes to people. Plenty of times people see introverts as withdrawn or introspective, and so because of that we tend to fall on the back burner and it seems as though everyone else gets to shine and we do not. So let's talk about the hidden talents of an introvert. Introverts have a lot of great hidden talents that we tend to not focus on and notice in ourselves. So the first one is problem solving. Now, there's plenty of us who do not use our problem solving skills, and an introvert's mind is perfectly adapted to problem solving. An introvert's mind is more in the frontal cortex, which controls complex thinking, focus, and responses. So due to that, we are more able to handle complex thoughts because we are always thinking about the situation and we have a keen eye for detail. So because of that, we're able to come up with solutions for problems that are a lot more complex because we're not focused on immediately getting our idea out there. We're focusing on developing it in our minds ourselves and then coming up with a way to relate it to others. So for example, a situation at work that comes up, you don't immediately just blurt out, what you think is the solution. You think about what your solution is going to be. You formulate it. You make sure that it works in your mind first and that it will achieve the outcome that the company wants or that your business wants. And then you let everyone know. And by that time, when you're letting everyone know, the solution is so fleshed out that it ends up being a very viable solution that a lot of others would have missed. But since you are more inward, it helped. We are excellent listeners. If you've ever heard of the phrase listen to understand and not listen to respond, that is an introvert in its essence. I know for myself as an introvert, there are plenty of times where I'm listening to someone to understand where they're coming from and not listening to give them a response or to the situation. So when I'm listening to someone, I just listen. I'm thinking about, okay, where are they coming from? I'm thinking about the situation that's happening currently that is making them think this way. What is making them say this to me at this time? What are they struggling with? And how can I help? So I'm listening to understand fully their situation before I respond. A lot of introverts have that talent. We are able to listen to others with an empathic side. And so we're listening to understand where they're coming from. And due to that, we're able to form great relationships with people. A lot of introverts that I've talked to, and myself included, feel as though we don't have a lot of friends as the extroverts do. And a lot of people want to know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, it's actually a good thing. Introverts, the quality of introverts, we focus more on quality over quantity. So due to our great listening, our profound thought, we want friends who are quality friends. We don't want 30 friends and only talk to 2. We want maybe 1, 2, 3 friends that we are able to create a familial bond with and just sharing life experiences, because introverts are really loyal friends. We don't take friendships lightly. So if you are a friend of an introvert, you probably notice that they're really loyal. They make sure to go out of their way to see how you're doing. When you talk to them, they're listening to you. Being a friend with an introvert is an excellent thing. There are a lot of introverts who ignore that fact and think that, because they don't have as many friends as the extrovert, that something is wrong with them or they need more friends like the extrovert. No, you really don't. You can go through life with 2 or 3 quality friends that you are close with, because with an introvert, quality is the key in relation to the problem solving. The thinking process of an introvert is highly different than that of an extrovert. So it takes information a little bit longer for us to process. So therefore we are better able to calculate and prepare for questions that we may get from whatever we've thought about. So therefore, by the time we present this idea, it's a good idea. Due to the fact that we are such complex thinkers, we are also good at written communication. So with written communication, when we write something down, it increases our cognitive thinking. So therefore, since we're already in the frontal cortex more and we are thinking more inward about things when it comes to thoughts, feelings, mood, we are able to write it down and be extremely efficient and get our point across when we're writing stuff down. So if you're an introvert who is sometimes afraid to say what the solution is, you can always begin to write it down. Because introverts are so inward, we are always taking in all the situations around us. Introverts are great observationists to the point where we are always noticing everything that's going on around us. We're noticing everything that's going on around us because we want to take in as much information as we can to know about what is going on with any given situation. As I was saying, when it comes to introverts being great friends, the reason we're able to do that is because we're observing people's behaviors, their mannerisms, their reactions, the way they communicate. Since we're always focusing on observing everything around us in a given situation, when the extrovert is out there talking to everyone and sometimes not paying attention to the situation, introverts is more sit back and paying attention to the way someone talks, their behaviors, their mannerisms, their reactions to things. Therefore, when we go up to approach someone, we have a greater sense of information. We have a greater sense of who they are as a person. So that gives us more clarity on our interaction with them. So we can look at the interaction of an extrovert and someone else. And then based on that interaction, we know how to formulate our responses to their question. It gives us a more full understanding of the person, and therefore we're able to gauge if this can be a friendship or is this just someone that we just need to write off. Introverts, we are independent and we're also highly self-motivated. With the independence, we kind of enjoy when someone needs to take a step back from the friendship or whatever we're dealing with and give us time, because we are pretty much independent. We want to do things ourselves, okay, it's okay to ask for help at times. So we don't need the spotlight. we don't need to be the face of everything. And so that makes an introvert really self-motivating and independent, because we don't need to have someone micromanaging us or looking over us to see if we're doing our work. And we don't need to be the main focus of everything. So we're able to work quietly and independently on our own. Now, an introvert is a great leader, which is gonna sound crazy because we don't want the spotlight. However, if it came to that, an introvert is a great person to be considered as a leader. Because we are so inward thinking and we're empathic and we're great listeners, we're able to gauge an entire situation and troubleshoot things when they happen. Like I said, we're great writers. So if there was a situation at work that required an email, we're able to fully flesh out the email to where it encapsulates everyone. We are deep thinkers. So therefore, we are able to listen to the thoughts, feelings of everyone. Let's say in a boardroom meeting, we're able to listen to the thoughts and feelings of everyone, and then we're able to put them all together and come up with an effective strategy. Now, an introvert isn't going to want the spotlight because they are trying to focus their thinking power on how to troubleshoot the situation, the strategy that they should come up with. However, if you give an introvert enough time, they are able to come up with a response that is great for everyone, and it will be the best outcome in that situation. Lastly, I want to say that being an introvert is a highly great and excellent thing. Being an extrovert is too. However, this video is more focused on introverts because we tend to not see the positives in ourselves. We tend to not focus on the positives at times, and we think that because we are not loud and boisterous like everyone else, that there's something wrong with us. There is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. You are different, and that's okay. You are a deep thinker, you're an empathic listener, you're a loyal friend. Why would those not be good qualities? I hope this video has been helpful for you. If so, please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more mental health tips. Until next time, I'm Raymond.
This is war with the enemy. Think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally.